Hosting a short-termer is an ongoing process. As we saw in the last section, a strong start is critical. In this section, we'll look at how an ongoing investment in your short-termer will help to enhance their value in your ministry and the overall impact of their time on the field. Well, way back when I was learning to fly an airplane, I spent many hours studying manuals, listening to lectures, taking tests to demonstrate my knowledge. Before I ever taxied down a runway, I already knew how to disassemble and reassemble the whole airplane. Just because I knew all of these things didn't mean that I was ready to go and fly an airplane alone. Instead, I started with my flight instructor seated right beside me. First, I watched him fly. As he flew, he told me what he was doing. And then he helped me to try flying. And he was right there with me, giving me directions and instructions. Then I flew while he watched. Occasionally he would give me correction, but mostly we would talk about it after the flight. Eventually, it was time for me to fly solo. But by then, my instructor knew that I was ready to go it alone. Once I was flying solo, we would get together regularly and talk about how my flying was progressing. And then he would still go flying with me occasionally to see how I was doing. Our mobilizing regions go to great lengths to find teachable short-termers. We seek out those individuals who are willing to learn and to grow. After they've been located, recruited, and vetted, they have been prepared in their pre-field orientation, learning as much as they can about cross-cultural work. They'll also participate in their on-field orientation and in the on-site orientation. That's a lot of learning. Once they're with you, it's time to put all that learning to good use. Remember this mentoring progression taken from John Maxwell's Mentoring 101 for you to use as you walk with your short-termer. First, I do it and you watch. Take the short-termer along with you. Allow them to observe what you do and take time to explain what you're doing and why, either in the moment or afterwards. Next, you do it and I watch. As soon as possible, exchange roles. Give the short-termer the opportunity to try the skills, to lead in the activity, offer advice, correction, and encouragement. Again, either in the moment or afterwards. And then finally, you do it. Once the short-termer seems capable, let them work alone. Take time to regularly discuss with the short-termer how they're doing. So when your short-termer is finally flying solo, it's important to maintain regular communication with him or her to keep them moving in the right direction. In your reading for this lesson, you saw a list of suggested questions for weekly mentoring meetings. These questions can form a basis for these sessions. Ultimately, the purpose of these weekly sessions should be to open up opportunities for communication. This is accomplished in 4 areas: clarification, correction, encouragement, and collaboration. Let's take a look at these 4 things. First of all, clarification. Over time, your short-termer will settle into a routine. Even as this happens, they'll be observing and learning. Some of their conclusions will be correct. Others might not be. Take time to discuss what they're seeing, and that'll give you, the host, an opportunity to clarify what they're seeing and how they can better navigate their cross-cultural journey. Correction. Sometimes a short-termer will not fully grasp what's happening in a situation, or may be making some cultural missteps. If they're doing something wrong, we will want the opportunity to end that behavior quickly before it causes any major issues or becomes a pattern. Weekly meetings give you an opportunity to observe and discuss any areas of concern that need to be addressed before they get out of hand. Encouragement. Everyone needs encouragement. Everyone. No matter how self-assured your short-termer may appear, they need to know what things they're doing well. After each flight, my flight instructor would spend every minute of our allotted time together telling me everything that I had done wrong. He loved to say, "I don't have enough time to tell you what you did right, only what you did wrong." This is a pretty unhealthy perspective on a lot of levels. Please take time to encourage your short-termer. I promise it will make everyone happier and more effective. Collaboration. As your short-termer grows and develops, there will be more and more ways that they can be an asset to you and to your work. There may even be things that they see or experience that can be a help to you. Take time to listen to their perspective on the work and look for opportunities that their presence may open up for you and your team. Maybe they can open up new avenues for you that you had never even considered before now. Mentoring is more of an art than a science. I believe that if you take time to help your short-termer establish their own role in your work and then regularly communicate with them, they're much more likely to grow, thrive, and bring value to your work. They're also more likely to find meaning in the work and look for ways to continue to engage cross-culturally far into the future. In the next video, we'll talk about how to handle any complications that may arise while your short-termer is serving with you.